All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how if you celebrities, you wicked celebrities, man, told the truth about your lives, right? Nobody would want to be like you, right? Nobody would want to really, or not as many people would want to be like you, because a lot of people, even though all of this stuff that's coming out about how people really get down in Hollywood and all of that, and how people really get down in the movie industry and how people really get down in the music industry, right? Even though all that stuff's coming out, some of these people are still trying to think like that if they got into it, that they'd be able to somehow skip over that, when people way more talented than them wasn't able to escape having to do those same wickednesses as what you'll be thinking that you could escape. But these kind of things about how people was able to see the wickedness that Israelites were doing, that's within the scriptures, man, and I'm going to read it in a second. 1 second. This is Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 6. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary, but turn ye yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And this was how Ezekiel was being shown visions of the things that Israelites was doing, man. But he was being shown it in the spirit, right? Verse 4, and behold, the glory of the God of Israel was there according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now toward the north, So I lifted up mine eyes the way toward the north, and behold, the northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry, right? He was being shown these things in a vision, man, right? He was getting. Let me go to verse 3. Excuse me. And he put forth the form of a hand and took me by a lock of mine head, and the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the visions of God to Jerusalem, right? And brought me in the visions of God to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy, right? This was a vision that Ezekiel was being shown, man, of all the wickedness that Israelites was doing behind the scene, man, right? And what would happen if one of the apostles, for example, yeah, if they was taken, man, or one of the elders, or one of the, even any brother of the Israelites, man, was taken in a vision and shown the things that these wicked ass Israelites are doing behind the scenes, man, what would happen? Right? What would happen if they were shown all of these things, man? What would they see? What kind of things that are stomach turning, that would make you throw up, would they see, man? Because you've already got all the madness that these demons like P. Diddy are doing, right? These demons like Meek Miller doing, and you got the demonic ass shit that Dave did together getting brought out to the forefront. Which if somebody like, if you haven't heard that any parts of that audio thing, I'm gonna just say this so that people can keep their spirit a bit more cleansed, man. Because I ended up coming across that because I thought it was gonna be words, right? I thought it was gonna be words of them speaking about like what kind of dodgy things they're into in that Hollywood thing, man. But that audio, if anyone tries to tell you, listen to any Meek Mill audio, Meek Mill and P. Diddy audio, don't listen to that shit, man. Because that shit is demonic, man. And as soon as I really realized what that video was, what I was hearing in that shit, I turned that shit off, man. Right? These niggas are wicked, man. These black demon Israelites, these 2/3 Israelites, man. They don't even deserve to be called that, really. Even though that's what they are. But I think we should use the biblical term on these people. Sons of Belial, or however you say it, Belial, right? Because these people are wicked, man. And if you really knew what things they do behind the scenes for their fame, you wouldn't want to be famous. And if you really knew what the things they do to get money, you would say, fuck it then. I'll be poor, man. I'll be a bum. Right? I'll be broke then. You know what I mean? I'll be dusty. whatever y'all want to call me, but I ain't gonna be what you are though. I ain't gonna have you be doing all this dodgy shit behind the scenes and then trying to make me feel bad that I ain't got money like you got when you look what you've had to do to get money. But they don't ever want to admit that though, do they? This world supposedly is for that LG community, right? So why is what P. Diddy did such a scandal then? And that's how we know that this world's hypocritical. The things that they try and promote, that it's okay to be like that in this world. But when they want to bribe people and have something over their head, they make them take part in those kinds of activities. So obviously, it's not okay to be like that, is it? Because nobody ever tries to bribe no Hollywood celebrity by making them sleep with amazingly attractive women. That wouldn't be a bribery. That wouldn't be a punishment, would it? That wouldn't be a thing that, oh, that's against a man's spirit to do that. They don't say, oh man, you want to get down in Hollywood here, we're going to give you 100 virgins and these are you're going to be your wives for the rest of your life. That was not a bribery. What they do is the complete opposite kind of thing of that, man. That's how they get you wicked ass Israelite, you wicked 2/3 sons of Belial, man. You wicked gremlins, man. You demons, man. Verse 7, and he brought me to the door of the court. And when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. So these Israelites was having secret underground in the past, man, was having secret underground chambers where they think that nobody can see them, man. Secret underground tunnels. And I was even reading some scriptures and going over some things yesterday. And I remember, and I was reading about the Herodians, right? Which were Edomites that are pretending to be Israelites, man. And they would have probably even looked like Israelites, right? They was King Herod's descendants, which he was an Edomite, right? And Pharisees, who were supposed to be all about the law, were so against Yahushua. But then they was teaming up with Herodians to try and ask Yahushua questions, man, which are Edomites. Which shows that all those Israelites that are so zealous for the law, even in the times now, man, you ain't really know how much wickedness Dave did. You don't really know how much wickedness people have did out here, man. Because that lust for money, right? If someone likes calling people broke all the time, right? Well, that means they got a lust for money, man. If people have an extreme, they like calling people broke all the time. They like calling people bums, right? That's because they respect money more than anything else, man. Because there's a difference between telling somebody to get their life together so that they can have something of their own self and have some kind of independence to their own self versus calling people bums, man. There's a big difference, right? There's a big difference, man. And even when you read it in the past, these Israelites had secret underground chambers, man, that Yahweh was revealing to Ezekiel, man. He was showing them, listen, man, the Israelites have got these underground tunnels here that they be doing madness in, man, in Jerusalem. That's what they was being shown. Verse 9, and he said unto me, go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So he showed them an underground secret place, man, that the Israelites had. Verse 10, so I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. So they had a whole wall, right, with all different types of abominations and different fake false gods there, right? Verse 11, and there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jazaniah, the son of Shaphan. So Yahweh actually showed in this vision a specific Israelite, man. He showed a specific Israelite. It wasn't just no vivid, oh, well, these are just random. No, he showed him an actual person, man. This is what this person is doing. With every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. So there was burning incense to it. They probably was praying to it and all of that, right? But outwardly, in the midst of the other Israelites that believed in Yahweh, they was trying to still talk about Yahweh though. But then when it came to what was going on behind the scenes, what they were really on, They was doing something else, man. And if that happened in the past, why would it not happen now, man? Right? Just like how you got a lot of these Israelites that they try and these musicians and that these Jakes that are in the music industry and all that, they try and make it like, oh, you just get by. You just get into this industry by hard work and talent, mate. And when we say that you need to make sacrifices for this industry, we're not talking about no spiritual heebie-jeebie business. We're just talking about, I mean, you gotta really work hard. No, you ain't, man. Why are you lying for? You gremlins know what you've did, man. And there's a whole bunch of other demons that a lot of scandals are gonna come out about them, man. People's favorite stars. It's gonna come out about these people, man. It's gonna come out what these people have been doing. These people that you people are jealous of. These people that you women are trying to compare your man to, right? And some of you women, I'm gonna say it like this straight up, man. Some of you women wouldn't care if your husband did the same things as these gremlin celebs, as long as he started making some money so that you can buy all the clothes and stuff like that you want to buy, man. Some of you women would be down to pimp out your husband and make him go and do some of that Diddy stuff, as long as he can make some money. And some of you men would be down to go and make some of your wives do that stuff, man. Some of your women do that stuff, so that you can get some money too, man. Because if there's one thing that Israelites love to worship, man, it's money. They love it, man. And the woman loves it more than the man. Because the man goes out to get the money to get women. But when the woman just loves money and all these trinkets and stuff, she just loves it, man. So that she can have her hair and all that stuff, man. The glory of a woman is her hair. And that doesn't fit no woman more than our women, man. Our women, even though they ain't even hardly even got any, they love hair, man. They're all about their hair. Once they get their hair done, once the Israelite woman gets her hair done and she feels like she's on point, you can't even look her way. That's how she'll feel. You can't tell her nothing. You know what I mean? You can't tell her ish once she gets some point in her mind. Once she's got her glory on and all of her trinkets and jewels, you can't tell her nothing, man. Let me read this again, verse 11. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. So these were the people that people would look up to, man. And what is it coming out about all this TD Jakes and all that? What's it coming out about this guy? But that guy's gone missing, ain't he? Where's he been at now? I ain't really, you don't really see too much of anything being said about him no more. What's being said about him? Has he denied anything? You know what I mean? Weirdo talking about swallowed up. Damn demon, man. You Israelite, man. These wicked ass Israelites are demons, man. And people can say and say stuff about us, right? Because you're calling people wicked, but what have you did? Well, we're all wicked, right? But the difference between us and them is that we understand that we're wicked. They don't understand that they are. They don't understand that they're wicked, right? They don't even understand it, man. They ain't repentant. They ain't calling upon Yahweh Shai for repentance for the wickedness that David did. They're running to Esau. And all Esau is going to do is make them do even more. Okay, so you want to get to the next level. Okay, here's what you're going to have to do next. All right? Because this is what we've all did. So if you want to get onto our level, right, this is the next step to that. You got to do this now. You got to go even further. You think Esau ain't having them conversations with these wicked ass people, man? Verse 12. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancient of the house of Israel do in the dark? Right? Hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, man? Right? And a TD Jakes type Negro, he would be an ancient, man. He's old, right? He's old, an older man. He's one of the people that people would look up to, man. And that's how we know that the apostles of Great Millstone ain't wicked like that. Because if they was, right, You're trying to tell me by now somebody wouldn't have came out and said one of the things that they did. You're trying to tell me by now when people don't like them. Do you understand? People don't like the apostles of Great Millstone, and they're looking for an opportunity to try and find something to say. And that's why they end up trying to come up with stupid things to try and mock about, man. That's why Vocab Malone had to go to how he saw Apostle Tahar fart on video. You know how many times he's probably farted on video himself. But he'll find a video where Apostle Tahar farts or something like that, and they'll go, ha ha ha, he farted on camera. Like, he ain't farted on camera before, man. I think it's more funny that Vocab Malone's rapped on camera than that Apostle Tahar would have farted on camera, to be honest with you, because his raps are whack. His rap sounds like a damn fart if you ask me. But that, to each his own, right? Then they'll try and find, a guy's tooth's missing on camera. Or people after watching a video, look at his curtains in the background. There's mold in the corner of his house. Look at his curtains. Look at his wall, man. The wall's got scratches on it. Well, what about the doctrine? About what's being said on the video? What about that, man? What about that? Look at his nose. His nose is big, man. Look at his beard. His beard's got gaps in it. Okay. Well, there's people in Hollywood that ain't got gaps in their beard. And they're demons, so go follow them then. Go listen to what they've got to say. Because the people in Hollywood have got the most attractive images, right? But look at the things that they're doing, though. They've got the most silk fabrics, the most comfortable shoes, the most comfortable cars. Their car seats will be more comfortable than some of the beds we sleep in. But what are the things that they do, though? You understand? Verse 12 again. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imagery? For they say, Yahweh seeth us not. Yahweh have forsaken the earth. So a lot of these jakes, the reason why they're doing all this dodgy stuff that they're doing behind the scenes, right, is because in their mind, they think, man, Yahweh ain't coming to save no one, man. Yahweh ain't coming to save nobody, man. All these men talking that Bible thing. Man, I'm tired of that Christ, that Jesus, I'm tired of that. That's how they think, man. People been saying that Bible stuff. But since I started doing this wickedness, I know that my bank balance has gone up, though. That's how they think. They think, well, since I started doing all this dodgy stuff that Esau told me, I know that I've started getting money. So really, the real way of getting by in life is this. That's what they've been led to believe, man. So then because Dave did that, when anybody else tries to come and get into the same kind of career path as them, well, guess what? Because they did it, and they've accepted in their mind that this is what you have to do to get by. You think that they're gonna let anyone get into the career that Dave did and get the same kind of money that they did without having to do what they did? Of course not. Because if they do, then they'd have to accept that they didn't have to do it to get by. Right? They'd have to accept that actually I didn't have to sell my soul in order to make it, because this person made it without selling their soul. So that means I could have made it without selling mine. And that's why these people don't like that we believe in Yahweh Shai. And they don't like that we believe in Yahweh. And they don't like that we believe that we're Israelites, because they've heard that before once upon a time. And they said, to hell with that. I don't believe that. I'm not on that. You know what I mean? I don't believe none of that Bible thing. I'm on some next thing. So they can't accept that somebody else is believing that and that they're going to end up getting a better life than what they have, because they've rejected it already. Verse 13, and he said unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. So it gets worse, man. So the things that are coming out right now that we're hearing about all these people doing, there's worse than that people have did, man. There's worse. There's way worse things that these people have did than that. Because you've got all the things that the Israelites are doing, right? And when I say Israelites, I don't mean the people that say that they're Israelites. I'm talking about the people that would be on the 12 tribes chart that we believe in, right? These wicked 2/3, man. Let me start calling them that, so that people don't get confused. All the things that these wicked 2/3 are doing, we got all of that stuff, right? Then we got all the things that the Edomites are doing that ain't even coming close to coming out, man. And we're seeing a little small amount of that. And then we got all the things that all these other heathens are doing, man. There's so much. And then we got all the things that they do when they get together and do things, man. Because they'll do their own separate things, but then they'll have their things that they do all together, man. And then people don't want to accept that all of this is based around trying to stop us believing that we're Israelites and trying to stop us from getting the kingdom of heaven, man. People don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that that could ever be true. But yet it is. Verse 13 again, he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of Yahweh's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. So let's not get it twisted, man. Just like how we can go in and talk about all the things that men are doing, these women have been doing some madness too, man. Right? But as we know, no one ever likes to talk about in this world the wickedness that women does, really. And that's why it's still such a shock to women's system that men are starting to not want to deal with them no more. And they're trying to go on like they never did nothing to nobody. They're trying to be like, where's all this hate come from? As if us as men, as if us that Israelite men in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and if there's people living in their 60s, 70s, can't think back to a time, right, where they heard Israelite women running their mouth, talking about how black men ain't this, black men ain't that, black men ain't capable of caring for nobody but themselves, black men only cheat, as if these hoes ain't good at getting spleeged off by bare mans out here. As if that ain't going on around here, man. As if that ain't as if these women ain't raising children by more than one father. So what's happening with that then? As if these women ain't, when they broke up with a guy, 2 weeks later, they ain't with the next geezer. And you really think that she just met him 2 weeks? Come on, yeah, right. She knew that motherfucker for years, man. Let's be real about life. So men and women of the 2/3 are wicked, man. And we already know that the Bible says that women are more wicked. So when it comes out the scandals of the kind of things that women are going to have been doing, right? It's going to be even worse, a lot of it, than the things that we've heard about these famous, so-called famous men, these male celebrities, man. The things that the women are going to come out and it's going to be said about the women that they've been doing are going to be way worse. It's going to be way worse, a lot of it, man, than the things that the men have did. Verse 15, then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. So it's only going to keep getting worse, man. The things that's going to come out about what people have been doing, man. Like Ryan Garcia, that boxer Ryan Garcia, he came out and spoke about a few things, and then everyone was talking about, oh, this guy's crazy, this guy's this guy's that, right? And when he went into the ring, right, he smashed Devin Haney all around that ring, man. And this ain't no boxing report or nothing like that, but that fight should have been ended in round 7. Because that guy literally was hugging Ryan Garcia while his knees were dragging on the floor. And the ref's talking about no knockdown, it's a slip. But he was literally hugging him and dragging his knees, damn near his knees. Either his knees or his damn shins were touching the floor, man. In round 7. He was getting punched all over the place, man. So obviously, he weren't really that crazy as people were saying, right? Because when he went into the ring, he did pretty much exactly what he said he was going to do. He did pretty much exactly what he said he was going to do, man. And punched him up all over the ring, man. And he's an Israelite, by the way. I know some of you people don't want to be black only Hebrew Israelites and everyone's got to look like Wesley Snipes, right? But some of you saying that you don't even look like Wesley Snipes, man. Some of you would be too light If we're going by that. Oh, you all gotta be Kadar skinned to be. Well, you ain't even. You ain't even that dark. You ain't dark like what Solomon was. You ain't black like the tents of Kadar. So you need to watch your mouth. Because there's certain people out there that would look at you like you're some red bone skin geezer and you're thinking you're dark. But somebody out there would look at you like, man, you ain't even what you think you are. If we're going by skin tone, which is stupid to do, by the way. Verse 16. And he brought me into the inner corner of the house, of Yahweh's house, and behold, a door at the temple of Yahweh between the porch and the altar were about 25 men with their backs toward the temple of Yahweh and their faces towards the east, and they worshipped the sun toward the east, you see? So people are worshipping the sun out here. Well, back then, people worshipping the sun, and there's people doing it now. There's probably a lot of people that are talking about like they believe they're an Israelite right now, that when that eclipse came, they were praying to that eclipse, man. There's probably people that was doing that, man. I ain't gonna say anyone that I ain't gonna accuse nobody of doing it, but we know that it says in the scriptures this, and we know that it came out that a woman did a whole bunch of madness during the time of the eclipse, man. That story came out. That story came out, man. Verse 17. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen, O son of man? Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they should commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence and have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore will I also deal in fury. Mine eyes shall not spare, neither shall I have pity. And though they cry in mine ears with a loud voice, yet I will not hear them. And that's why when it goes down, man, and we start seeing these people that when we was talking about Yahweh, when we was talking about Yahweh Shai, and we could see them looking at us, our family members, our friends and all that, we could see them looking at us, and we could see their mouth edges, the corners of their mouth turning up, like there was like wanting to have a smile, and like we could see their eyes either looking like they were mocking us, or their eyes just being glazed over, and like, oh man, get out of here, man. I ain't trying to hear all that, Nilla. Whatever, man. I ain't read on that Bible thing, it's been changed, right? King James wrote the Bible, or whatever madness they want to say. And they were just looking at us like we ain't nothing, right? Well, when it goes down, don't come and talk to us then, man. Leave us alone, Since you think you've got all the understanding. When you start seeing all the things that you was trusting in shutting down, don't come and talk to us. Don't send us a text message saying, oh, how you doing and all that. Oh, this is kind of mad what's going on around right about now. And what do you think of it? Nah, man. Don't ask us nothing. If all you people that used to see Hebrew Israelite brothers teach on the streets, if you see one of them walking by in the street, leave them alone, man. Don't say nothing to them when things start going down. All you people that think that Christianity is the right way and that God just loves everyone and is never going to harm no one, right? But when you start seeing things going down, right, stay believing what your faith teachers was telling you. All you wicked ass 2/3 Israelites that want to go on Vocab Malone's channel, I want to be trying to talk about how it's mad that people are leaving and becoming Israelites and all that. Well, when it starts going down, right, and the MOTB, the micro C-hip, gets made mandatory, but Vocab Malone, who you people have been trying to listen to, right, he hasn't told you what that is. He hasn't told you what Revelation 13 and 16 is and what you should not do to make sure that you don't have the MOTB, the mark of the beast, man. When it goes down and you see the thing that we've said is that, right? Don't try and say, oh man, stay with what you were saying before then if you think you're bad. If you think that your faith and you had the right idea, stay with that then, right? Stay on that. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, and Yahweh said unto me, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Yahweh's looking for people that don't like the world that they're living in. He was looking for that back then, and he's looking for it now. When a person starts realizing that the world ain't right, eventually they're going to hear about the true doctrine, man. And if they're of the elect, they're going to continually want to hear more. And they're going to want to hear more. And they're going to want to hear more, right? And eventually, they're going to get understanding with the Bible about why the world is like how it is. But if somebody's not of the elect and they're going to try and then go on to find their own righteousness, oh, I know that we're in a bad, messed up situation, but it's not a spiritual thing, right? It's just because there ain't no community centers. There ain't nowhere that man can go to kick ball, you know? Like, if the young black community had somewhere that they could do kick-ups and kick ball and try and get a hat trick, right? Or had somewhere that they could try and become the next Allen Iverson, right? Or they had somewhere that they could just practice a little bit of boxing, a bit of self-defense, karate, then they'd be all right. No, that's not what it is, man. Because there's plenty of Israelites out there. There's plenty of so-called black people, Latino and Native Americans out there that know all of those things. And they ain't got no more understanding than a person that don't know none of that. Our people are known to be great in that sports world, man, and in the music world, and in the acting world, and in all of the things that Hollywood's about. But they are some of the most lost people, man. And because they're lost, they're prepared to make anyone else become lost too. You ain't hearing none of them say, really, man, if you knew what I did to get famous like that, run away from this, don't ever become famous, man, because they're going to make you do some weird stuff. They don't say that. They don't say that. Verse 5, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, slay utterly old and young, both males and little children, and women, right? And women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And this ain't talking about the same mark that's mentioned in Revelation 13 and 16 to verse 17, man. That's not meant to talk. It's not the same thing. This word is thawa, which is an exemption. So just like how when people might go to a nightclub, right, they might stamp on them a certain emblem or something like that. And that emblem means, okay, he can come in and out as he wants. He's a VIP. But there might be but then another person that don't have that, now you can't get in. Simple as that. Or people might have a press pass. Oh, I'm press that I can go through and get behind and see and walk through the back of this place. You can't though. People that might work somewhere where you have an ID badge, you might scan it to get entry. Anyone that don't have one, they can't get through. And Yahweh's got his own markings that he's put on his elect that nobody can see but him. And the angels that he's allowed to be able to see these things, man. And when the salvation comes, those are going to be the people that get taken up into the chariots, man. No one else is going there. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Now, I've kind of went long on this lesson, man. I wanted this lesson to be like 5 minutes. That's what I was expecting it to be, but it is what it is, man. And if nobody listens to it, well, it's still been put out there anyway, man. Right? But I want to read this scripture because it lets you know that the world's even though things are going to get very wicked, there's a limit to the wickedness that can take place, man. Right? 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I'll start at verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith Yahweh, I'll bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Now, some people out there would have the nerve to say why. Right? People used to say when Israelites would say that America is going to be destroyed, they used to have the nerve to say why, you know. They used to have the nerve to say why. If they don't know the story of how it came to be a nation. But they do know the story. They just don't care. They don't care about the Native Americans, right? And they don't care about the so-called African Americans that went through all those atrocities, man. They don't care. They just care about, well, I can do anything I want to do if I get to that land. And I will be able to make more money than I've ever made if I can get to that land. So I care about that. Verse 5, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And it's not just going to be America that's going to get it. Many places on the earth are going to get this, and it's deserved, man. As time goes on more and more, I can see why, man. I can see why everyone on the earth ultimately deserves to get judged. Everyone. Including the person that you hear and talk on this video, which is me. All of us deserve it, man. But some people, just purely because Yahweh wants to, are going to get mercy. Some people, man. And some others are not going to get mercy, even though they would have did exactly some of the same sins as the people that do make it. Now, tell me if you can understand that. All you people that say God loves everyone, explain that then. Can you explain that? No, you can't, man. Because you don't have the mind of the Lord. He can do what he wants to do. And if you don't believe that, read Romans the 11th chapter and see what it says. Read Romans the 9th chapter and see what it says. And don't read it according to your Christian mindset. Read it for real. And accept the words that it says in there. Don't try and filter it through the Christianity BS. Read it for real, man. And see what it says. Verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Right? Which we know that. Right? And their hurtful works have fulfilled. So there's a limit to the wickedness, man. There is a limit. It's not just going to be things are not just going to go to where they just able to keep continually doing more and more and more and more. There's a certain point where the wickedness is going to be coming to an end, man. There's a certain limit, but the limit is a lot more than what we've seen now, though. There's going to be more things that they try and make seem normal than what we see now, man. There's a lot more they're going to do. Verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And videos like this is complaints. Even when the video ain't recording, we're just by itself, man, and we're just bunning out this world, man. Ranting to ourselves. A brother might have some wine in one hand or something like that, or some heavy liquor in one hand, drinking it and getting angry, man. I ain't saying that I'm doing it, but I'm saying that I could see why our people that believe in the Lord would do that, man. And I ain't gonna go so far as to say I haven't did that before, because that would be a lie, right? And we're not about lying. We're not about really lying, man. But I could see why people would do that, because this world's wicked. Verse 9, and therefore saith Yahweh, I will surely avenge them. So we're going to get revenge for this stuff that's taking place, man. People don't want to believe it, but power is fun to have until you lose it, man. It's real fun telling people what to do, cursing people out, hiring and firing people, mocking them, mocking their lives, calling them bums, while you're the one making them not be able to have money to not be what you're saying that they are. Calling people degenerates and thugs and that, but you're making it easier for them to be a criminal than to not be a criminal. It's easier to do, it's fun to do that, I'm sure. But then when you lose all of that power, it's not fun no more. And now you've got to stand on what you did, man. And that's what this world's going to have to accept. They're going to have to accept what comes their way when we gain power, when we gain the power that they never wanted us to have, man. They're gonna have to accept what comes with that, man. And it's gonna be a lot of man. It's gonna be a lot of trauma on their behalf that they're gonna receive, man. It's just gonna be traumatic for them to finally accept that we're Israelites, man. When they see Yahweh Shai, there's going to be a lot of trauma that these people are going to experience, man. Heart attacks, fear, dread, mourning, bitterness, and woe, man. Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And part of Egypt being destroyed is destroying the idols. So the reputation of some of these people that people idolize in this world, that's part of Egypt being destroyed, man. That the things that these people was doing to get famous for real is being exposed now. That's part of Egypt falling, man. That the people that they propped up as, oh, you want to be like this? Oh, come and join America, the greatest country in the world. Here, don't you want to be like this? Look at all these people that we got. Don't you want to be like this? Don't you want to be like this man? Don't you want to be like this woman? Look how beautiful she is. She's normal. You should make your life. No, she's not normal. She's wicked. And the thing that she's did behind the scenes, you'd throw up if you knew, man. Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and I will smite Egypt with plagues before, and I will destroy the land thereof. Right? So this place is getting ready to get judged, man. And when you go, let me quick time read this, man, because it's gone a bit far along. It's went a bit long, man. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people are going to get angry that they believed in this world that was wicked, man. And this whole place is going to fall, man. And I'm going to end the video there, man. Right? If you knew what these celebrities did really behind the scenes, man, right, you wouldn't want to be like them.